What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do another recommendation in my countdown to Halloween videos. I hope you're all doing well out there. I hope you're having a great night, great day, wherever you are. It has been so beautiful here in Kentucky with this fall weather. I hope it'll last a long time. I'm not a winter fan. If you are, that's amazing. I am not. I don't like it. I love spring. I love a little summer, but I really love fall. And I feel like fall is one of those, seasons that we don't really get to enjoy for a long time. So I hope we have it for a long time. As you can see some lights around here. Again, this is my countdown to Halloween videos. And, I love this time of the year, like many of you all do. Today I'm here to talk about what quite possibly might be, if that makes sense, what is, or could possibly be, my favorite horror movie remake out there. And it just got an awesome release from Arrow Video, so I want to talk about the release of this movie, but I also want to just talk about why I love this movie so much. Almost 22 years later, October will be 22 years since we got this remake, and really it started the remake craze that we would have in the 2000s. Dawn of the Dead came, Black Christmas came, Prom Night came, My Bloody Valentine came, The Hills Have Eyes, so many movies. Remakes were extremely popular back then. Rather you loved them or hated them. Another one I love is House of Wax, great movie. 13 Ghosts, awesome movie. That one came before this. But the movie I'm talking about is 2003's A Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. First of all, let's talk about this transfer. Let's talk about this release. I didn't watch all the bonus features yet, but I did watch the interview with Marcus Nimspol, hopefully I'm saying that right, the director of A Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And he would also direct the Friday the 13th remake, which I also love that movie. It gets a lot of hate, but I love that. Fantastic interview with him. I love these documentaries, these interviews where we get these retrospective interviews and documentaries where, people either in front of the camera or behind the scenes of these films come back and talk about them and give their thoughts now. What do they think about them now? How was the filming process? I love all that stuff. And Marcus's interview was so good. Loved it. It was great. Again, I love this movie, and I also love his Friday the 13th film. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K, sound and picture quality, I give this one a high purchase worthy. I was hearing some people, criticize this a little bit, and I don't understand that. Some people were saying it was not so great of a transfer. They didn't like it. I watched it last night. I don't know if it was my TV or what, but I just think this looks beautiful. It might be better than the Friday the 13th 2009 transfer. I don't know. I just really had a wonderful time watching this movie on 4K. The Blu-ray looks great. So if you don't have a 4K player, that's fine. The Blu-ray still looks great. I think the 4K is a step up. I think it looks gorgeous. It sounds awesome. And I love a lot of the scenery in this movie. You can see that they enhanced the transfer, and it just looks amazing. I was stunned by this transfer. It doesn't gloss it over. Sometimes, transfers can, have that oversaturated feel, and it doesn't look very right. It kind of takes you away from the film itself. But this movie doesn't. It still has that film, not grain, but I don't know how to describe it. It It has what captured the movie the first time. It still holds that, but it just looks, better. I love it. I personally love it. And, I want to go ahead and pop this movie in one more time before, Halloween ends. Like, I just really love this transfer. As far as the movie goes, I love this movie so much. I'll be quite honest. The first time I saw the movie, I expected a little bit more from it, and I didn't fully love it right away. It wasn't until, decades later, I mean, this is, again, almost 22 years old next month, that I now fully love this movie, and I appreciate this movie. And I think, man, for the time that we had all these remakes in the 2000s, this is the best one. Some people would say Dawn of the Dead is the best one. That's one of my favorites, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre during that time, I just think, was fantastic. It was great then. I really enjoyed it then. I think it's fantastic now, though. I love it so much. I say that a lot, but, I have a huge passion for these movies that I love. So, I'm going to say I love a lot. Love, love, love. Scare-wise, this movie's scary. It's brutal, it's scary, it's intense. I think it gets more intense as I get older watching it. I love the scene, and it's in the trailer too. It's the first time you really see Leatherface start up that chainsaw where Jessica Biel goes back to the house, and Mike Vogel, his character's there. It's in the trailer. It's such a great moment. And it's the scene where, the older man in the wheelchair, he, is like pounding his cane on the ground to get Leatherface to come up. And Leatherface opens that door, starts that chainsaw up, and it is still one of the best scenes in any horror movie, and still a scary and intense scene. I love it. And then following up that, you have that scene where Mike Vogel is running through, the fields, and he's running through, the blankets that are hung up to dry, and that stuff is all great. It really has to do with like the cinematography in this movie that makes it great, the directing from Marcus, the performances, even, Leatherface in this movie is one of the scariest Leatherfaces, that we've had in this franchise. I think he's also scary in Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, which I'll also be talking about this month or next month in October. But I love this movie a lot. I love it so much. Music is great. Story's great. It's not a straightforward remake. I love the fact that they changed some stuff up. They change, the name up and the characters, and Leatherface's family is different. They didn't do, a shot by shot remake. They, changed that up, and I appreciate that so much. I talked about, the Omen remake and how I appreciate that movie. It is pretty much a shot by shot remake, but I love the Omen remake. I think it is great. That's an underrated remake. But I love the fact that this movie, they took the idea of Leatherface, they took the idea of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but they did their own thing, and I appreciate that so much. I can watch the original movie for what it is, because I love that movie, and I can watch this movie for what it is, because I love it. They're different in ways, but the remake also pays a great tribute to the original as well. So, the original is always going to be my favorite of the franchise, but, Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003 is, my second favorite one. I dare say it is my second favorite. I think the original, this movie, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, are the top three for me. They're my go-to movies in the franchise. Absolutely love them. If you haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003 in a long time, or it's been a while for you, go rewatch it this year. Rather you get the 4K or you just watch the Blu-ray, or if you stream it, whatever you have to do, go back and watch it. It is fantastic. Absolutely love it. So love the new artwork. That's great. But this iconic poster right there, that is awesome. Yeah, got the back with all the details, some, a list of great bonus features. I haven't watched all the bonus features, but I did watch that Marcus one, and I love that. And then there's the inside with the poster and the 4K disc. It's got a great documentary on here from the original DVD and Blu-ray release, where, it was kind of, the reaction that people had when the remake was being made, and how, people were saying it should never be remade. It was like one of the first times we ever had like a beloved movie that, we all love being remade. And it was like, how dare you remake this? So you have like that opening documentary of that. And then you just have this like great documentary from the early 2000s where they talked about, how the movie was made and how, people appreciated the movie after it came out. So again, I didn't fully love it when I first saw it the first time. But I think this movie is fantastic now. And again, I highly recommend you all going and watching this movie, giving it another viewing this year, and enjoy it during spooky season. So I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. This was another countdown to Halloween video, and I'll have more reviews coming up, more recommendations of some of my favorite movies that I watched this year that I think deserves a video. So anyway, love you all. Have a great day. As always, you all are awesome. You all rock. And win with the positive, out with the negative. Bye, everybody.